Hey, welcome everyone. This is Mike from zozostockwatch.com, and this is going to be your stock watch list for the 17th of January, Thursday. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the action from today. The banks, there were earnings out of Bank America, so bank earnings continue to propel the markets higher. We had Bank America and Goldman Sachs earnings today both moved up quite nicely on the day. The Dow Jones was up 142 points for the day. S&P 500 were up 6. Nasdaq was up 11. Basically, we have erased the December move and recovered quite a bit of it. So we'll go ahead and take a look at some of the sectors that were moving up today. The XLF up over 2% as the banks made a strong move today. The metals and miners, they were up over 2% for the day. Airlines jumped today as United Airlines moved up, almost up 2% for the day. If we go ahead and look at the sectors for today, VIX actually gained a little bit today. We still have a 18 handle on the VIX, and we had an 18 handle on the VIX, up to 19 handle now on the VIX, the volatility index there. FXI jumped a little bit today, up over 1% for the day. The marijuana ETF, the MJ, was up over 1% for the day. They had their conference, the cannabis conference, down in Miami, so there was some moves in some of the cannabis names today. IWM was up 0.75%. That's the Russell 2000 index. To the downside today, Nat Gas dropped 1.75%. The SMH showed some weakness, down 0.75%. The IBB was down 0.5% for the day. Oil services sector was down a little bit under 0.5% for the day. So as we spoke about on the video the last couple of days, we are coming up to getting closer to that declining, sloping down 50 SMA in a trend down market. So we have gotten back some of the loss from December, but we are getting closer to that 50 SMA on the daily chart on the SPY. As you can see, we had this kind of a doji undecided candle. We were up there on the SPY, the highs 261.97. The SMA 50 is at 262.67. So we're just a dollar or so away from it on the SPY. So we pulled back a little bit as we got closer to it. IWM is holding above the 50 SMA at the moment, the Russell 2000 index. The Qs did get above the 50 SMA, but they were up higher today, and then we had this pullback. Let's go ahead and look at some of the action on the SPY, the SPY for today. So out of the gate, they popped us up. The futures were gapping us up this morning. We did pull back. We got under VWAP here. We held this 260 level. We pushed all the way as high as 262, but into the close, we slowly sold off here. Still talk of the Brexit going on. Still have the trade talk, and the government in the United States is still in shutdown mode for that. So we'll go look at the XLF since that kind of led the way today. As you can see, we are back above the 50 SMA. If we go ahead and look at it on the weekly chart, we are getting back above the 10 SMA on the weekly chart. We did bounce around this 200 SMA on the XLF on the weekly chart. KRE, the regional banks, also getting above the 10 SMA on the weekly chart. So the banking sector is very strong. Some stocks that didn't fare so well. Nordstrom's had an off day today. They were downgraded by Telsey today. So JW Nordstrom's downgraded. Snap, as you know, we talked about it on the video last night. The CFO had resigned, so Snap was down almost 14% on the day on SNAP. Ford lowered guidance today, so that stock dropped over 6% for the day on Ford Motor Company. We did have some news come out after the bell tonight. This news courtesy of the trade exchange built for traders by traders. Life Biopharma had some news out after the bell. That stock popped up a little bit. This stock is an under $1 name, LIFE. There's the news. And then we had some earnings that came out after the bell. CXS is a railroad. This stock earnings per share in line. They did have a revenue beat. They also authorized a $5 billion share buyback, but that didn't help the stock in after hours tonight. So CSX down in the after hours this evening. Alcoa came out with earnings. Earnings per share beat by 4 cents, but we had a revenue miss on double A, so that stock moving down in the after hours. FUL also had earnings. The earnings per share missed by 10 cents, revenue miss on FUL, so that stock not faring very well in the after hours. ADMP, the commercial partner launches one of their products in the United States, so ADMP was popping and moving up in the after hours, gave back some of those gains in the after hours. LGND, now Citron, a well-known hedge fund, shorting fund, went after this stock today, had negative comments on LGND, so the stock sold off hard intraday today. So they had some comments came out, not much of a bounce in the after hours. Apple is said to plan some hiring reductions amid the iPhone woes. That coming off of social media there and in the trade exchange newsroom. So Apple, not much. Well, when it first came out, Apple pushed down. Dip buyers did show up, holding around that 155 area on Apple. Some top earnings for tomorrow morning. You have BBT, CBSH, FAST. KEY. Morgan Stanley will be reporting tomorrow before the open. So those are some of the bigger names, some top earnings coming out after the bell tomorrow. You have Netflix, JB Hunt, AXP. All eyes will be on Netflix Thursday after the bell. Team also reports after the bell. TEAM. They are a software application company. HTGM was up in the after hours tonight. HTGM. This stock moving up to about $2.65, retracing some of that. There had some news with their new software. So HTGM up in the after hours this evening. That once again news courtesy of the trade exchange. Some stocks I'll be watching tomorrow. I will have this ADMP on watch. We did get a move up. We'll see if there's any kind of continuation move in ADMP for tomorrow. AKER will be on watch. We got a little bit of a pop in this one. It's coming up to the 50 SMA. Looks like it needs to get up over that $1.50, $1.55 level. 500,000 shares came into AKER. You see it had a relatively strong close. It's a lower volume stock though, so we'll see. Not a favorite. ALRN had a nice move up during the session today. As you can see, the volume 2.3 million shares, expanding volume in this name. So this one will be on watch for intraday. Alt was getting some buying during the session today. I'll open up the chart for you. You can see 2.5 million shares popped above this 325 area. Here's the intraday chart of ALT. So a nice move up. We'll see if there's anything on that one for tomorrow. Amrin has been holding up okay, battling this 50 SMA, the blue line you see right there. The 50 SMA is at 1685, so we'll see if we can get up over that 1685 spot on Amrin. Rumors still swirling around this one for possible takeover. ATTU had a strong day today, over 700,000 shares, coming up to this $24 level on ATTU, so it's a software application stock. It's had a nice move from 20. We'll see if it can breach that $24 level. AWSM had a strong close tonight. night. Also holding up in the after hours. This AWSM had almost 1 million shares traded in it. As you can see, the 50 SMA on this name is at 242. So we got up to about 245, so that'll be on watch. BIOC gave the service a nice trade today. We did get up over this 250 level. We had played it here. We got the pop up to 250. Then we were watching for the break of this 250, and the stock popped up to almost 375. Now I didn't get all of that. I think I was selling over here at about $3 and 325, but it did move up to 375 on BIOC. So this one will be back on watch tomorrow. CLPS. Once again, 500,000 shares in this one, but it is getting active here. It is above the 50 SMA. Intraday, very light volume, so we'll see. Not a favorite, but I have a very short list, so some stocks I'm just putting out there that are not my favorites, but anything can happen in the market, so that's why I'm adding them to my list. CPST, an under $1 name. Now, we've come from about 60 cents up to near this $1 area. CPST volume today, 1.2 million shares. If you like those under $1 names. Electronic Arts looks interesting. If we can get back over this $90 area, maybe $90.50 or so for Electronic Arts. Keep an eye on that one. HTGM, like I said, was moving up on some of their software news. We'll see if this one wants to do anything tomorrow. Life popping up in the after hours. We'll see if there's any life in life for tomorrow. MBOT, we actually got a trade in this thing. This is one crazy stock, let me tell you. We traded this thing over 1125, 1150 area, and it popped all the way up to $14 on the open. Now, I did not get the full $14. I got about 75 cents and felt like a real smart guy, and then the stock continued to move up to $14, and then I felt dumb, but did get some money out of it. I'll watch it again. It looks like maybe the party is coming to an end in MBOT, but we got this final burst here on it. MRIN still holding up okay. A lot of fits and starts, a lot of topping candles in this name. For me, I think it needs to get up over 675 or so for MRIN. MXWL had a very nice day. This one looks interesting. Held most of the gains into the close. MXWL volume 1.2 million shares, and after hours got up as high as 286, right where it closed. Didn't really trade in the after hours. This one is Maxwell Technologies Electronic Components, so we'll have it on watch. We'll see if there's anything left there. Save in the airline sector looks interesting. The high today on this name, 6170, maybe over that 62 area for this name. Keep your eye on it. SBOT had a pop today, but then was quickly sold off. Volume 1.6. We'll see if there's anything in this one for tomorrow. Not really in love with it, but just throwing it out there. FBIV. This one looks interesting. Finally starting to get up over $2. Problem with this one is, you get these pops and then it kind of fades off. This candle looks a little bit better. We have that $2 level. The high today was 203. Volume, expanding volume, 1.8 million. Keep it on watch, maybe a back burner type of stock. VTVT holding up okay. Looks like it needs to get up over that $3 area. You see my chart is lined already for tomorrow if it can get up over this $3 area. So keep an eye on that one. VTVT, VVUS was trying to move today. This one has this 495 level and that big $5 area. Now, we've been above $5 before, then we pulled back. Now it looks like it's maybe gaining some momentum again to the upside. So VVUS will be on watch tomorrow. Workday looks interesting. I think this one needs to get up over, yeah, we'll call it like 167.20. 167.25 for workday. Earnings are not till the 26th of February for workday, so I'll have it on watch. It can be spready intraday, but maybe for a swing trade on WDAY, very strong stock. So that's pretty much it. That's the watch list. Once again, the markets were up today. The SPY coming up into that resistance spot that's everybody's watching. So we did get a little bit of a pullback from that. We'll see what the how the markets and the futures do in the overnight session, and we'll see where we are tomorrow. And of course, I have my scanners going all the time, Trade Ideas scanners. So we'll see if we can pick up any stocks that are gapping up tomorrow in the morning. All right, this is Mike from zozostockwatch.com. You have a very pleasant evening, and have a good day trading for tomorrow, Thursday, the 17th of January. This will be the last video until I think Monday night, because the markets are closed on Monday for Martin Luther King Day. So this is going to be the last video until Monday. All right, everybody have a good day trading tomorrow, and please support the channel. Hit that thumbs up for me, and hit the like button. That'd be greatly appreciated, and have a very good day trading tomorrow.